Hey everyone. This is a vlog that I didn't mean to shoot. I had much different plans when it came to vlog today, and there's actually a vlog that's going to come after this that that documents what happens before this. But I had to. No, I won't even say that I had to. I ended up having a reaction to what happened last night in Vegas, and I filmed it. I filmed what came from my heart, and what you're about to see is a friend of my heart vlog about reflecting on one of the most tragic days in American history, and I don't think that's an overstatement. When enough people when the death toll looks like something from a Revolutionary War battle rather than one lone gunman, you know you've got something tragically historic. And today, the vlog you're about to see is just me reacting to all of that. Hey everyone, this is vlog number 3, and I was gonna get up early today, and I was going to go and film a lot of stuff at the Brite campus actually, and give you some context to what where all this stuff I'm talking about is actually happening. But I woke up this morning really tired and ended up sleeping a little bit more, and then I woke up to the news of what happened in Las Vegas last night, and what can you say? What can you say that isn't already being shouted from a thousand laptops and 1,000 smartphones? And what you can say that isn't full of anger and hate and misery, no matter what side you're on? We all know what could have prevented this. We all know why this stuff happens. We all know that it's going to keep happening until there's a massive change in this country. So I'm going to pray for that. I'm going to try to enact that in my own life, and I'm going to try to hold those people who nurture the environment that allows this kind of stuff to happen. I'm going to hold those people accountable. If we do that on a micro level and on a macro level, we'll change this country. But that's going to take years and years of hard work. And are we really willing to do that? I think a lot of people are, but a lot of people aren't. And to those who aren't, get on board or get out of the way. And to those who are on board, let's keep fighting. And let's keep praying for those who need that today. There's this whole thing online about how, stop thinking and praying and actually do something. And yeah, there's definitely true. We can't stop at prayer, but we can't begin anywhere else but prayer. So I pray that we remember that, and I pray that we go forward and we fight with that before we fight with anything else. Back home from the library, just did some reading. Really poignant reading considering what happened last night and everything that's going on. But man, functioning will be not that easy today, but we soldier on because we have to. Well, checking in. It's about 7 p.m. on a Monday, and it's been a rough day. It's been a really rough day on the ground. Hearing about what happened in Vegas, and it's just don't really know what to say. It's one of those days where doing anything fun and enjoyable and anything, it's one of those days where nothing you really do feels relevant because of the senselessness of what happened last night in Las Vegas. And I've been to Las Vegas one time when I flew through the Las Vegas airport on my way to San Diego a couple years ago, and Las Vegas, even though I've never actually been to Las Vegas other than the airport, it's always played a huge role in my life because it's the fight capital of the world. And I know this is not what this blog is about, but if you know me, I'm an insane fight fan. I used to tell people when I was an undergrad, I get somewhere in Vegas, you better forget it because you're never going to see my ass again. So I'm going to find a gym and I'm going to start working at a gym or doing something weird like that because I just love fighting. So the Mandalay Bay is like a place that I've watched thousands of fights happen at the Mandalay Bay. And it's just, even though I don't think I know anybody who was there or anything like that, it feels insanely real. And you know what? And that shouldn't matter. It does because that's how human mind works, but it shouldn't matter. 58 people were murdered last night. 200 people were injured by some Yahoo who had, apparently by news reports, 34 guns. The actual fuck. What kind of person, unless you are in an active war zone every single day of your life, why do you have 34 guns? It doesn't make it absolutely makes no sense at all. But this man had 34 guns. This man who actually lived for most of his life apparently in Mesquite, which is an hour away from here, hour away from where I am in Fort Worth. It's just absolutely insane. And it's amazing that in the backdrop of all of that, I read this for the first time. Jesus and the Disinherited by Howard Thurman. Now, Thurman came up last week in my spiritual life and leadership class, and I had never heard of him. And he begins the book by talking about asking the question, what does Christianity hold for those, and this is how he phrases it, those who have their backs against the wall. And that wall is getting really crowded. I feel like most of us, I feel like we have our backs against the wall, whether we do or not, whether we actually do or not, we feel that way. It's just insane. And he's trying to answer this question throughout the book of, what does Christianity hold for the people who are people who are disadvantaged. He wrote it in 1948 after World War II, and he's writing in the context of right as the civil rights movement's about to kick off, and he's talking about the ways that disadvantaged people get around the power class, and he talks about deception, he talks about fear, he talks about all these things, and he has a whole chapter on hate. And there's two things that Howard Thurman said about hate that really are resonating with me a lot today. One is that how hate takes us away from creativity. Hate prevents us from growing as people, and it's pretty insane how right that is. I mean, I think about how the hate that I have in my heart towards certain groups of people or towards certain people, they get in my way, and it's a check for me to look at myself and to know that I got work to do. And the second thing he talks about when it comes to hate is that how hate is reliable. Hate is always there. And for the disadvantaged people in the world, it's easy for us to fall into hate. It's easier for us to turn to hate because it's always going to be there. It's consistent. That's the one thing about hate. Well, there's a lot of things about hate, but it's the one constant thing about it is that it's always there. And I think about what was going on in this man's mind that led him to hate that much. I don't know if it matters, but I think about that right now. So what the answer that Thurman usually is coming to in his book, and I think it's very, very important today of all days, and I think it's important all of the days, but I think especially on days like today, it's really important that his answer is dignity. He talks about how whenever we give in to hate and we give in to fear, we give in to those things that the powerful use to control the disinherited. When we give in to those things, we lose our dignity. We lose our ability to resist. And without joy, and without love, and without dignity, we aren't going to be able to fight back against this. Because to get past what is going on in our country, we are going to have to fight back. And there's some things we know some of that what that looks like. Some of those things I don't think we really know yet as people. But all I know is I'm going to keep fighting back. I don't know what I'm going to do other than work even harder in school and keep on putting out these blogs and keeping on finding my voice. But I'm going to try to do something. And the other terrible thing that happened today is Tom Petty. And apparently he was reported dead today, but apparently he's hanging on the life somewhere, and I think we're all hope that he kicks out. By the time this blog is out, he probably will have passed away. But I think of, there's a couple, it's one of those things where I remember when Bowie died last year, when David Bowie died, I realized this guy was everywhere. Everywhere in pop culture, everywhere in music. I mean, most of 90s hip-hop was ripping off David Bowie. I mean, I can think of about 4 or 5 90s hip-hop songs that all are sampled Bowie. It's insane. And it's one of the things when I realize how many Tom Petty songs you actually know, even if you didn't know that was Tom Petty. And I think there's 2 that come to mind in everybody: Free Fallin' and Won't Back Down. Free Fallin' deserves, its own wing in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but when you talk about, won't back down feels pretty poignant today. And I'm going to say that I'm not. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm not going to back down. I'm going to keep on living with my life with dignity. I'm not going to give in to hate. I'm not going to lose my creativity or lose my ability to keep pushing forward and to keep improving my life. I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to get better at this life thing. If I can't do anything else unless I do that. It's not the ending point, but it's my starting point. And referring, there's a sentiment out there online, and it's not totally incorrect. There's a sentiment out there online that says, what are you say people will say thoughts and prayers all to each other, boot into Facebook. Are you actually doing something? And that point is not totally invalid. We need to do more. Prayer cannot be the end all be all. But it's the only starting point we have in a lot of ways. So pray. Always, endlessly pray. But we can't stop there. And I'm saying all this in Fort Worth, Texas, in Tarrant County, and Tarrant County is the largest conservative county in the United States of America. More as far as when you look at counties that identify themselves as conservative, Tarrant County's got more conservative people than any county in the U.S. And in Texas, guns are treated like a birthright. Like you can vote. You can vote when you're 18. You get Social Security when you're 65, and you get a gun. And when are we going to look at ourselves and realize that something's got to change? How many more people are going to have to die? Because obviously, it's not enough. Sandy Hook wasn't enough. Pulse wasn't enough. And what happened last night in Las Vegas is probably not going to be enough. How many more? But anyways, I didn't really mean to talk that much today. I was gonna show off Brite today. I was gonna go and show off the Brite campus, talk about more where the things that happen go on. I was gonna talk more about that, but obviously this took precedence. I'm probably gonna release this and what I took earlier as just one standalone vlog. But I don't know. I know I'm just one of many voices saying something, and I hope and pray that I'm just not adding to the noise. But I have to say something. I have to use my voice. So that's my piece, and that's all I really have to say about everything. But thank you all for watching. Let's keep Las Vegas in our prayers. Let's keep Puerto Rico in our prayers. Let's keep all those still recovering from Harvey and Irma in our prayers. And let's keep every victim of gun violence in America and their families in our prayers. And then let's do something about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. And don't be a dick.
Stand